Okay. Worried about Ulma, him taking over. Well, worried about Katil and Ulma taking over eventually. Maybe these guys can befriend him, chill him out a bit. Oh, oh, that's them both gone, isn't it? Classic teenager, no one understands me. It's not a phase. They're not enjoying it anymore. Oh, they're bodyguards, that's what they were. Okay. He wants them to prove their fighting skill. The thing is, we know Omar can't really fight, can he? You don't want to hurt Omar too much either, do you? That's going to hurt his pride even more, isn't it? It's going to make things even worse. Yeah, isn't it? It's like a baby having a tantrum. They should offer to train him, maybe. Fix his existential crisis here. Yeah, he's just scolding me a bit more. He does have a plan, he's going somewhere. A rite of passage. But he can't, like, make a rite of passage for himself. Why would they tell him that? Or, of all of the things to be a rite of passage? It might make you... I feel like for most people it will make you value human life, but for him, I don't think he's going to get the right message from it. Okay, going for Aina or a Thorfinn. At least he didn't say dad. I was thinking he was going to say your own father. You're allowed to kill slaves. Okay, now we're getting a bit of conflict on the farm. Also, be sure to check out the Patreon page for next week's episode right now. And you can also find a full-length version of this week and watch along with me if you sync up your own footage. And we've got some Ghibli reactions over there too. But like, so if if he tries to kill Thorfinn, we know Thorfinn does have the skill. But will they be, if Thorfinn does defend himself or defends Aina and ends up killing Omar in self-defense, what the hell happens there? Do they... I feel like Kettle would understand, but he would still have to ship them off, and then maybe they'd have a new master. I don't think they would be able to stay, even if there was some understanding. Thinking well in advance. Oh, Thorfinn's nightmares. First time we're actually maybe seeing a bit of personality from him here at the farm. He's not going to want to talk about it though. Yeah, I do wonder how close they will get here eventually, hopefully. Oh, it's the lady from before. Will we get a name for her?
いい朝ですね。
はい。
What is her role here?
いや、もう小高を洗ったとこでどうにも寝りゃしませんので。
まあ、そんなこと。
Ooh, little compliment in there too. Oh, he's not gonna forget that, is he? Straight to his heart. Oh.
何か忘れてはいけない。そんな夢だったような気がする。
I like this. Okay, actually hearing some of his inner monologue.
参りました。
まあ、イングランド。言葉がお上手だから、私てっきりノルドの人かと。
Another compliment. He's talented.
私の故郷のものは私を含めみんな先祖が。
What is her role here? Kind of on the farm.
私、自分の心情を言いませんでしたね。
Oh, cut away before they told us.
旦那様のご息女様では。
いいえ、違う。
Not related to the master. Okay.
私はあなたと同
She is a slave too. Yeah. When she was like washing her face,
言葉遣いをしています。
master's personal attendant. When she was washing her face in the well, it was like, why would she be out here if she's higher up than them?
フィンとエイナル。ちょっと顔貸せや。
Gonna put them to battle. I mean, if Olma can't kill them, it's just gonna make it even worse, isn't it?
俺たちに会うってろくなことじゃねえだろうな。
Yeah, they already know the vibes are off.
素敵なお顔だと思いますよ。
Can't stop thinking about it, of course not.
ご機嫌だな、エイナル。
いや、すいません。
ああ、結構結構。
But her being Master's personal assistant, what does that entail for her role? I reckon Ina might not like it. Thorfinn's just unfazed.
ご明察。は？若様が大人になるための儀式だ。
Okay, they're just doing it as a ritual, not even a fight. Will he fight back? Just run off?
若様が大人になるための儀式だ。死んでくれ。
It would be a waste of Dad's money, though, wouldn't it? They won't be able to earn their worth back to Dad.
ものをどうしようと勝手だろ。お前らはこちらのオルマル様んちの奴隷だ。
But not to Olma himself. I mean, he's struggling here. Maybe he'll be too scared to actually do it. He's shaking.
俺のじゃない。切ったら弁償しなきゃいけねえ。
Yeah.
トルフィ、逃げろ。
Thorfinn could take all of them on, really, couldn't he? Nice.
何やってんだ。行けトルフィ。
He was trying to protect Thorfinn, but Thorfinn's the one who's got the real battle experience here. I know he's been out of it for a while, but he still could take them all on, probably.
動くなよチーム。黙って見てな。
And there is the whole thread with Ina knowing that Leif is looking for Thorfinn, if he remembers.
特性。俺が切られますよ。
Oh, just offering himself.
私が切られます。
Just doesn't care anymore. Wow.
おい、ジジイ。ジジイ、いねえのか？
Yeah, we cut away. What happened? Obviously, Thorfinn's not going to die here like this. But something must have happened. He might have even got a good stab in, and Thorfinn's injured, but maybe not killed.
俺の朝飯は？ジジイ。
今自分に起きて何を言うとるか。たまには借り入れでも手伝わんかい。
やらこった。
Who are these guys then?
エイナルは仕事に戻してやってください。今日も忙しいんで。
After Ina's attack like this now, though.
なんだって。
Or is he not going to like that Thorfinn's volunteering himself up?
君ね、自分の言った言葉の意味分かってる？切られるって死ぬってことなんだけど。
I mean, could the instincts just kick in with Thorfinn as he gets attacked?
死だ。
Is he just spooked how calm Thorfinn is?
食えなくなっちまうぜ。
Unfazed, wow.
怖がれ。
Yeah, this guy must be involved somehow. What's up with him? We cut to him.
チンピラども。
Is he gonna stop it all?
人でなしども。
ほれ。命乞いしてみろ。
Not a single reaction, wow.
早くしねえと小さい体がもっと小さくなっち
Is he gonna come along and say, "Hey, that's Master's property. What are you doing?"
ほう瞬きもしねえ
He's got some good accuracy with his sword as well.
あれは確か旦那んとこの奴隷だよな
Yeah, see, it's okay for Olma to maybe do it, but for this guy to do all this damage to Thorfinn, maybe it's not okay.
死にたくないから生きてるんですか
You live for something more than just the fear of death. But not for Thorfinn.
今まで生きてきていいこと
I feel like if we do eventually get some good performance, it's going to be such an amazing moment to see him go from this to maybe finding value in life. Wow. I mean, it's not a huge injury, but yeah, part of his ear. That's an injury that will stay. I wonder if his scar on his face will stay as well, same as Knut's.
怖がれやめろキツネ
Oh, he's Snake, one of the other guards as well. Is he higher up than Fox?
兄貴おかえりなさい
Boss, okay. Oh, he's so scared of him. Yeah, it did feel like maybe in a way Fox was compensating, you know, showing off his trying to show off how strong he is, but he's not actually in power, yeah.
説明
Okay, ending there. Saw Thorfinn's strength flow and stood up for Thorfinn. I wonder what he will think of Thorfinn then. Okay, so that was episode 3 of Vinland Saga season 2. Finally got a name for Einar's love interest, Arnhold, who is actually a slave herself, but she is like the assistant, the right hand to Ketil. That implies a lot of things. I imagine things that Einar might not like. So she's there as just kind of like maybe a trophy for Ketil, even though we have seen he is kind of a more kind master than some others. Yeah, there's still things he does that maybe that aren't as good. When you're like a slave that's a pretty woman like that, it's, yeah, that's what one of your roles is going to be, isn't it? But yeah, when I saw her there, like washing her face, I was thinking her clothes, they don't look as kind of, not regal, but they don't look as upkept as maybe they should be if she is the daughter of Ketil, which was kind of one of the assumptions. So her being there, her being a slave, that does make sense. But it also means, you know, she is on equal footing as Einar. Like if Einar were to pursue her and she was the daughter, that just wouldn't go down well at all, would it? I think especially if it was a kind of more traditional setup, that type of thing definitely wouldn't go down well. I think here on Kettle's farm, there's like a slight chance it could be better. It could go better. But seeing their interactions, you know, off the bat, she's complimenting him. He is just basking in it, you know. He can't believe it. He's having a heart attack and then just like walking along. It's all that's on his mind, you know. That's real. I get it. So I think it will be interesting to see how that develops. Could they escape together? Would they both kind of earn their way out of it? I mean, the whole thing here is earning your way out of it instead of escaping. But things could take a turn for the worse if something does happen to Catil and Omar takes over. So maybe they could all try and escape together, and maybe it's actually, you know, the OP is very focused on Aina and Thorfinn, but it could actually be a more of like a free person thing. Arnhold, Aina and Thorfinn all kind of making their escape. And, you know, we're seeing Thorfinn here and he's basically saying what is there to live for, but maybe hopefully it could be something where it's like vicariously through other people, through Aina, becoming friends with Aina, that would give you something to live for. Maybe seeing their relationship blossom, he could, you know, here he was willing to give up himself for Aina, even though they haven't known each other that long. So if it's even further down the line, I think he could be quite loyal to them. You know, they are essentially on equal playing ground here, you know. They're all the same, they're all slaves, they're all equal here. And, you know, there is a bit of hope as well. Although Thorfinn doesn't know about it, Leif looking for him, there could be like it's not even a second chance at this point, a third chance that he could go with Leif. Leif gives him another way out, say, come to Vinland with me. You know, the show is called Vinland Saga. I imagine that will be a big plot point at some point, trying to get to Vinland. It could be the case that they get out of this, they find Leif, or Leif finds them, and they're off to try and explore Vinland, try and find Vinland again. And maybe Aina and Arnhold come along as well. And also, there's also the bit of hope with, you know, the rest of your family. Of course, Thors isn't there, but your mum and sister are still back home. Go home and visit them. I wonder how they've been doing. Who's taken over the village, who's in charge now that Thors is gone. It would be interesting to see them all again. And of course, the whole thing with the Fox guy and Ulmer, you know, they're talking about this rite of passage, but I don't know, something felt off about it. And I think it is just Fox, he's almost compensating a bit for him not being in charge, and he's trying to act more like a leader, more like a mentor to Ulmer. But he's not the best at that, and he's saying the best thing for you to do is to kill a person. Or I think there are, you know, the kind of rite of passage to become a man is quite a common trope. I think that there's different ways to do it. I think what it really is just you becoming more stoic, you becoming more in tune with your emotions, you kind of going through a trial or tribulation and coming out of it a better man at the end. And there's lots of ways that can take. You know, some rites of passage are like you go off into nature and you have to survive out there, and once you come out, you've gained a new appreciation for life, you've gained an appreciation for the environment because the environment has sustained you while you're out there. That kind of thing is kind of your traditional rite of passage. There's lots of different things that can be rites of passages, but I think this one, you know, usually it is something you kind of don't want to do. It's a hardship that you overcome, isn't it? But I think this one specifically, because of the way it's kind of set up, it doesn't feel right as a rite of passage. I don't think it would work, although it could just be a kind of, well, it's not a placebo effect because the whole thing is just focused on emotions, but it could still work where Ulmer does come out of it and think he's more of a man, but I think that's teaching the wrong lesson of what being a man should be as well, isn't it? So I like Snake coming in here, putting Fox in his place. Maybe he will give Ulmer a new kind of rite of passage to do. I don't know what that could entail, but it could be, you know, going off on an adventure on his own and having to be independent, having to learn some skills, learn a trade, learn something, you know, that's what it is really. But Fox and Badger don't really know what they're talking about. You know, we saw in the last episode, they're drunk, they're like goofballs a bit. And then Snake comes along, their leader. He seems really cool, but he also seems to have some morals to him. He seems like the type of character that could be good here for Thorfinn and for Einar to kind of get along with, and he might help them out in some way, perhaps. He just seems kind of reliable, but also maybe a stickler for the rules a bit. There could be a situation where they're trying to escape and he won't let them, and we will have to fight Snake, maybe. But I like the code names as well. You know, I saw the episode was called Snake, and when you hear that, you think kind of distrustful and someone kind of backstabbing you, but it was just the name of him being the leader there. But then if his name is Snake, is that actually implying that maybe he isn't as trustworthy as I'm thinking he is right now? That could be the case too. And then of course we have this moment with Thorfinn where he volunteers himself. He has no reason for living, getting all these cuts, not even reacting. I mean, it's kind of cool, kind of badass, but it's not what you want to see. And I do really hope that he does find a meaning, and that is almost like, I wouldn't say it's a trope, but is similar to kind of Reiner in Attack on Titan, where it was like he was kind of similar, and I was really hoping he would find meaning, and if he did, it would be this great moment. And I'm feeling the same with Thorfinn. I'm like, if he finds meaning, it's going to be such a kind of cathartic, emotional moment. I feel like I really can't wait to see that, if that happens, which I imagine it will, because I don't know, that's just the vibe I'm getting. I think that will happen, and he will find a meaning here somehow through his friends, through his family, through Leaf. I just really wonder kind of what the breakthrough will be. What will he realize? Will he remember something? You know, we're seeing these nightmares he's having before of, I'm imagining it's flashbacks of his life before, of his life with Askeladd, maybe struggling again still with the fact that he wasn't the one to get the final blow off on Askeladd. I am, you know, wondering on that. Is it just his kind of past, his fighting, or is it still the obsession with Askeladd not being him getting the final kill? Is it still that, or is it something a bit more now? Because that was all of the meaning he had, and now maybe he can go and find a new meaning, start to build something else, which I'm really hopeful for. Eventually we'll get to see that, and he'll find something to push himself on. I'm really excited for that later in the series. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and check out the Patreon page where you can get next week's episode right now. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.